There we go. I am live on Facebook, YouTube, groups, pages across the internet. And I'm trying to test something here, but also coming live to go ahead with part 2 of what I promised was going to be. There we go. Excellent. Part 2. So I'm here to see testing the voice because I'm using a different mic tonight, the Blue Yeti, and then I'll continue with my. Okay, hello brother Benji Malinao MCP VCP. Good to see you. How's the sound, guys? I know that with my previous lives people were saying the sound is not that good. Hopefully this one is better. And if everybody agrees it's good, then why not, right? I'm going to share this. Okay. If everybody agrees it's good, then alrighty, sure. Let's go ahead. Okay, guys. Is the sound good? Yes, Ben. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And so if the sound is good, then we're going to go ahead and do it. I'm trying to test it on my phone as well. But hopefully the sound is good on your end, guys, because I'm using a different mic. And hopefully this one works better than the last ones. So tonight we'll go ahead and talk about the, because I'm talking about the Websignals deal and then how we can monetize that and, build a business around it. That was the whole point. So, yes, Amit Kandelwal, good to see you, brother. Excellent. So we want to continue with what we started. The first night we said, the introduction of what we needed to do, all that. So this is continuation of part 2. But I wanted to give you an idea of what the deal is all about. And then for those of you who are not there, the first part, just to recap everything we talk about. I'm going to share my screen in a minute. But basically what we are having is a deal of a product called Websignals. The purpose of Websignals is to, capture any, keyword on the internet anytime it's mentioned. So, and then it brings back to you. For example, if I want to monitor a specific, keyword, then anytime that's mentioned, I'm going to get a notification from the system. And so that's the power, that's the use case of the tool. So how do you use it? How do you, why do I need to do that? A lot of reasons. And tonight I'll go into continuation of what I said. I'm still into the skeleton of the idea and then building it into a business. And we'll try to touch some of the key concepts. But let me share my screen quickly. Let me share the screen. This is my screen. Let me see here. Turn this around, right? And this is my screen. Hello, good to see you. Excellent. Yeah. So here's what we were talking about last time. We said we're going to build a business, and I hope everybody can see my screen. Sometimes I make a mistake of not seeing anything, and then we go ahead. So I say we're going to build a business with Websignal. The concept was basically to provide a web listening service. Whether it's positive, negative, anything that's being said about your brand, about your business online. And then we were going to register a domain, which I did basically. And then we'll build a website around it. And then we'll build a social media presence for our business. Then we'll target politicians, schools, influencers, basically anybody who wants and who cares about their own reputation online. And then we're going to price our products. Then we're going to sell other services in addition to this. So there's so many other things to do, right? And then we'll talk about creating a business process. So basically a virtual assessment system. Then we'll talk about how we can market our services using cold emailing, all that stuff once we do the pricing. So this was the stuff we talked about the first night. Now, before I go ahead and I start building the website and all that stuff, because I already registered the domain, and I know that building a website on a live session like this is going to take a little bit of time, but I'll give all the key concepts, and then so that you have the idea of what I'm going to do, you go ahead and do the same thing, and then you will come back together once everybody has done their own. So assignment number 1 today is everybody to build their own business. But before I do that, I am going to go after a niche. So tonight, what I'm going to go ahead is just move into a different area. So let's do this. So I'll do a niche selection. Basically, I don't want to go after everybody. So last time, remember, we said we were going to go after politicians. So it's easy for me to actually talk out to them. But I also want to do another thing. I think there are not that many politicians for me to go after. Of course, I mean, in Canada, there's only like what? None. There's enough for sure. But let's say if I wanted to go after politicians, that's exactly what I want to do. But I also like education. So definitely, because I'm into education, I want to try, let's say every Tuesday, I'm going to go only after politicians, right? I'll do all my cold calling, cold marketing, specifically on after politicians. And then on, let's say on Wednesdays, if I want to do a campaign, my campaign will be only after education institutions. So I'm talking about schools in particular. So how do I convince politicians? That's really easy. I'm gonna come back to that after, but let me start with schools. So I actually downloaded a document here, and I'll come back to the details of what I'm gonna do with it. Let me share this one here. Go to downloads and see if I can share this one. I hope you can see this. Okay, perfect. You see here, and this is actually a document that is designed specifically to sell this kind of services to schools. So the first thing I want to do is hold a presentation or a webinar, because this is part of the selling the service to schools, and how to improve your school's reputation online. I own schools, so I'm in the education sector. I understand how these things work, so I have an idea. So unlike traditional school rankings, your school's online reputation is largely influenced. So this is the language I'm going to use in order to go after schools, right? Largely influenced by conversations on social media, review networks, and everything people see when they Google your school. So this means new challenges and opportunities appealing to prospective students and parents, right? So the idea is when people Google you, right? What do they see about you? What do they hear about you? So instead of sitting there and hoping for positive feedback, you need to manage your school's online presence. So if somebody is just going, let's say, on Facebook and asking about your school, definitely you need a tool that automatically picks up that information and tells you, whoa, somebody's talking about you. Go talk to them. So before anyone else even goes there, present yourself, right? And start, talking about, be the first person to respond to whoever is asking about your school. So how do you improve your reputation online? Here are 4 ways you can work on. So the first thing is to have a strong online presence. So, every single thing, this is important. This is SEO, Next thing is to listen to and engage with your community. This is important because when you build a nice presence online, this is actually, again, for any business, any personality, any figure, any influencer, they need to have a strong presence online, which means all the reviews and all the information is there. These are all connected, interconnected. The next thing you want to do is to listen to and engage with your community, right? This is important. And so when somebody asks anything on Quora, on Reddit, on Instagram, on any place on the internet, on the web, somebody asks what about your school, right? And there's a lot of people asking questions about your school. Then what you need to know is that students and parents are like customers of your school. Their opinions matter. Offer multiple communication options so students and parents can reach out easily, listen and be responsive to comments and feedback online. So anytime someone asks, let's say I'm trying to take my kids to a school, and what do you guys think about this school's name? Our Websignal tool can help you pick up that information automatically and send you an email, a notification email, which is going to come to your inbox, and then immediately you can go and respond to that person. So web listening is very, very important because of that. So focus on building relationships and answer the requests. If a student tweets about how the cafeteria has limited vegetarian options, tweet back about making improvements. Show people you listen and care. So how would you know if someone is on Twitter and saying anything negative about your school? Well, definitely that's where we have been talking about Websignals. And what we said was what Websignals will do is anytime someone is talking about your brand or your school or whatever, there should be a way for you to know about this. So let's go to the keyword here that I'm trying to use is digital think. If anyone is talking about digital think today, look at what's happening. And more, information is coming up. I'll show you this. Hold on. If there's any interruptions or anything, I have to stop. Let me know. Where are the comments? They used to be somewhere here. Sorry guys, let me look at your comments. Okay, there we go. Call emailing is like calling, right? Yes, yeah. Well, same thing. You called email or you called email, you email. You call, you make a phone call. That's two different things. So let's continue. If I have this, there we go. If I have this, anytime somebody says about digital think, a day ago, 15 hours ago, anytime the keyword digital thing is used, I'm getting a notification. So these are all the, over 1,100 mentions, and everywhere it's mentioned, I can go ahead and find that information, right? So you can see if there's any replies made, all these are the unread ones. We haven't read these, what they're saying. So if there's anything on Facebook only, I can go ahead and see that. So it says lifetime software deals has 4,807 members. Yes, that's ourselves, right? That's our Facebook group. The Flick dash sale ends in few hours. So the one that a lot of you guys were complaining about was the issue of the date not being correct, and that's something that they addressed today. So they're definitely picking up this all over. So, and then how to delete a keyword, all that stuff. That was something that they were trying to work on, right? Let me go back here and fix something like this. I don't know if this was the one. Let me check. Let me try if this is. What does that mean? Okay. Yeah. So basically, I'm pretty sure this is something that they're working on. So, but of course, today they made a feedback. So if you going forward now, this digital thing keyword is deleted. So I think they'll bring that by the end of the week. So this is what I just did. I just deleted that. I think it's deactivated. Let's see here. So if you unselect, I think it's deactivated. So if you select it, definitely it's gonna work. So the digital thing, and the keyword here is digital thing again. All right, that's one keyword. That's another one. Oh, okay, same thing. All right, just end it there. So what's happening here, guys, is anytime this is mentioned, that's what's gonna happen. So let's go to something that's big, like this company called AppSumo. If I want to go ahead and find out exactly who's talking about them, the same thing again. Somebody talked about them 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 9 hours ago. I can see that. And if I actually go ahead and click on this is written in Japanese actually. It's short pixel whatever, and this is AppSumo. I don't know. So I can see all the the hashtags, all that stuff. So straightforward. So similarly, what I'm gonna do is, if I wanted to run a situation, I mean a business, I want to explain to them how they can listen to this. That's what the tool is doing for them, right? That's what the tool will do for them. So in terms of the value, right? In terms of the value, and I want to go after those politicians and schools, let's say, but I wanted also to go back and do this. Well, my downloads, yeah. I was here. So in terms of now, the next thing was build a school culture, request reviews. Yeah, these are the other ones. So we go from have a strong online presence, listen to and engage. The next thing they want to do is strong school culture online. So important. You want the students to be very happy. Schools, alumni achievement. You have to continuously post things about your school, showing pictures, graduations, events, anything that you do. Just let people share, let people celebrate. And this is going to continue to contribute to more and more people hearing about your school, right? Now, the last one is request reviews and recommendations. This is very important. Now, remember how I talk about complimentary services? This will be another way for me to go ahead and sell them a service, such as, I don't know if you guys remember, it was a deal called Endorsal. Endorsal gave you a complete white label system, which allowed you to sell this kind of services to schools or education institutions or anybody else for that matter, any businesses, right? And they had an amazing deal. So you could use this as a complementary tool. So when I look at the this part here, when I say you can offer other services such as complementary offer, such as getting reviews, social media management, these are things that you can actually go ahead and also sell to the schools, to the education centers. So building a business around this now will mean something like this. So let's go here and talk about this. I'm going to show you. So this software, this company here is just exactly what Websignal does. But if you look at here, we talked about their pricing last time. I don't even want to waste much time talking about it, because the way we have it is, if you want to get 5 alerts only, okay, I want to zoom this so you have an idea. And the 5 alerts only and 10,000 mentions, right? They will give you $83 per month. This is per month, right? No, sorry, if you're doing monthly payment, $99. If you're doing annual payment, one time together, it's $83. So let's use the monthly, okay? Basically $100 for only 5 alerts. Now, put this side by side with the deal that we have here, which is the digital thing deal for Websignals. And you should be able to see what we have here. They're selling, okay, I want to do the math here, guys, right? Let's do some math here. They're selling something that's $99. It's only 5 alerts. Now I want to divide that into 5 and see how this math works. So if you come here and look at the deal here, I have 400 keywords, okay? So if I'm going to sell each client only 5 keywords for $100, which is realistically a little bit tough, but still can be done. It's, let's do it. It's 400 divided by 5 will give you 80 clients. And if I was to multiply that by $99, it's $7,920 a month. But you can see the deal, it's a lifetime agency deal for only $599. Now, if they can sell this price, okay, and we're talking about education and institutions like schools for them to have a mention for only $99, and I mean that's very cheap for them, right? Schools will be paying something like $450 because the school charges about $1,500 a month for one child. All right, in ours here the average school charges even more. You know, they charge $2,000, $2,500 depending on the school. Some schools are really expensive, so they care about their brand. For them $99 is nothing. But let's say the average school is willing to pay $99 because $29 is actually not, it's too cheap for 2 alerts. So if I was just use the pricing structure that's here coming from this company, and I'm gonna get this white label for only $599 after you do our $20% off using our coupon code here. If you use digital thing coupon code, you're gonna get this for $479, and you can do a split payment actually of up to 3 split payments. So there is $200, but if you use the coupon code digital think, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna reduce this by $40 each installment. So out of the 3 months, you will have to pay only $160 a month. Once you do that, what do you get? You get a full agency complete with white label. White label means nobody knows the brand that you're using. It's white label, so that's gonna come very soon. So it's your own domain, white label reporting, shareable report, data export, and then you get 50 clients. Now the assumption here is that you will be using about 8 keywords, but if you wanted to actually make it really smaller, that's also possible, 5. So for me to beat this price and to distinguish myself, I'm going to offer double their deal. Let's say 10, right? Or even 8. So I'm still talking to them about the 10 keywords, but 8 is okay. I mean, 8 is what we have right now. So let's even do 10, right? 10 is actually way more than enough for the average business, right? 10 keywords. You wanna do your own keyword, so your brand name, right? If it's a digital thing. You also wanna track your social media. So the hashtags, the key, the Facebook, or any social media that you have. Let's say if you have 5 of them, 5 different social medias. Then you want to go after a couple of your competition that are completely, that you want to get ahead of, right? So then that's okay. So 10 keywords, I think is very reasonable, beyond reasonable actually, because 10 alerts here, it's about $450. So I would be okay with offering $99 deal for 10 keywords, right? So if we were to do that 10, so this will be 40 social accounts, right? 40. So what this means, no, if we actually add the new, if you ask them to upgrade this by 500 keywords, which I'm talking to them about, I mean, by 100 keywords to make it 500, divide by 50, each one will get about 10 keywords. So 50 clients, each paying $99 a month, will be about $5,000 a month. Guys, if somebody can get this done, that's it. That's one side business that you can go ahead and do. Nobody can stop you, right? Because it's not easy. Most people will just slack off, because you know what they say? They say 1%. I had this from somebody else. 1% is inspiration. 99% is perspiration. So unless you work hard, put this together, make it work, reach out, do all the campaigns, it's not like $5,000 sitting there. But having the tools and the software done for you, and have a white label and everything for this kind of price, it's insane, it's crazy. It's only like something possible within our community, the LTD community, because you can never see this kind of things in the real world. Why? Because when a startup comes with a tool, they're doing it for the first time, they have 2 options. One option is to get investors and give up 50% of their business to somebody else. The other option is to sell kind of like a crowdfunding type of lifetime deal like this, where people just get access to the software for life, for a one-time fee. They take that money, they put the money into more development, and because of what's happening right now, we're getting the results because people are responding to the these things. Let's just go here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you go to digital thing right now, today alone, these guys are beasts. Like what they did, they developed and added so many features just in the last few days, and some will be coming in the next few days. And so you can see here, team management is ready, right? Launch later today. Yes, we are even working on a Sunday. So now, if you actually log into the system, you should be able to see that it has ability to do teams from here. You can add team members or clients, whatever you call them, and you can invite them, add them here. You get 25 keywords here. These are the mentions. The team members, I have 0 out of 0 here, but definitely yes. So depending on the plan that you have, you can get a lot of team members and you invite them. This is also same thing with the clients. Clients get access. This wasn't there, so now it's already live, and this is ready, right? The next thing that's there, daily update emails. So yes, this is coming tomorrow. So every day you will get an email which will say so and so. These are the mentions that happened for the day. So exactly. So it's gonna look like something like this. I'm gonna open this in a new tab and show you what that looks like. So daily, you'll get an email, your daily mention summary. Today, these were the places that mentioned you. You'll talk about this, right? These are the things, these are the places where you're mentioned. So this is what's coming up tomorrow. The next one is going to be advanced keyword addition. They're adding more. So a lot of users ask for a way to limit the sources of data fetching to prevent the new mentions quarter going wasted on sources you don't really want to see data from. So we went ahead and built an advanced keyword addition functionality, which does exactly this. What does it do? Let's check that. Opening a new link. So definitely this is really cool. Let's see here. Yes, so now this is now more advanced. You can turn off the keywords are here, right? The language is also being built. I see that the language is also being changed. Type keyword, and then you can select which ones you want to use on or which one you don't want to use it. So this is also being advanced. This is going to be really, really cool. The next thing that they're working on is keyword projection deletion. So this has been one of the most asked query, how to delete keyword projects. When we built Websignal, we thought people might want to keep projects where they have acquired the mention for, as the limits we have is for active keywords only, but that's not the case. And for various reasons, a lot of users want to delete both keywords and projects. We have gone ahead and built this functionality. When will it be? You can delete the keywords. Before it was activation, deactivation. Now you can remove it all completely. LinkedIn as a separate listening platform. Right now, the platform itself is, if you go back here, you can see it's like it has Twitter separately here. So all mentions from Twitter come here. If there's anything from the web, it comes here. If there is anything from Facebook, it comes here. Now what they're building is a separate one for LinkedIn, which is really, really cool. And you can see unlinked mentions. Now, if there's any mention of your brand in a different place, what they'll do is they'll let you know. They'll say you've been mentioned by these guys, but they didn't put your link there. This is important for building backlinks. Very important, right? And sentiment analysis, this is coming. So about Friday, Saturday, this is really tricky one. So if somebody's saying anything negative about you, anything positive, it will let you know and it will show you that. And then the dashboard to show analysis of all the mentions for a keyword, the graph trend, more, all that is launching on Saturday. And then keyword weekly update email is also coming, and this is going to launch also on Saturday next week. So along this, we are working on the bugs which have been reported. A lot of them have already been resolved and few which remain. So you can see they're actually building it. So this is why this tool is going to be actually one of the rare tools that come in this space, because it's not every day you find this kind of deals, right? They come like once every couple, 3-4 years. The first one that came was Awario today is expensive, can't afford it, never came back for a lifetime deal. The next was brand mentions. Brand mentions came, I think last year. And now if you check here, it's brand mentions, not brand mention. Brand mentions. Their pricing is crazy, guys. You can see that here. And if you to use brand mentions, it's going from $99 for only 15 keywords here. Okay, so everybody starts from $99 here, $299. Why? Because this is a very expensive service. Every time you put a new keyword, the system starts fetching, and that's using a lot of computing resources. So definitely more expensive than even like automation tools, because this is real fetching tool. It's going into the internet, 24/7, not sitting down looking for any mention of your name in the internet, right? It's crawling all the web pages. You can imagine millions and millions of web pages being scanned immediately to look for that specific keyword, right? And it's of course it takes a lot of resources. That's why they never come back. So the lifetime deal, and my plan for this product when I brought it was to help agencies create a real income out of it, okay, and build something for themselves that they don't have to invest so much money on. So again, the LTD agency upgrade is about $479 right now, and after the discount gives you 1.5 million mentions, 400 keywords, 75,000 stored mention per keyword. So if you do that, 75,000 times 400, that's huge. And then you get up to 50 clients, so you can have 50 clients. But if you also stack the deal by 4x, which means you pay about $1,600, you get 4x the limits here, which is a lot, right? And by having that, you have your own software with your own brand and everything that's going to compete with Websignals, brand mentions, and also mention.com. Mention.com is very busy. That's what they do all the time. They are being used by all these major companies, and of course that's where now you come in to do your own business, right? And start establishing something there. Again, the methods that we talk about to do the marketing is to of course you have to have a website. We say that, and the website will have a white label so that when their clients they're trying to log in, they will log into your own domain and subdomain for this product. So you have your own product right there, and you will do all these different ones. So last time, I don't know if you guys remember, what I did was step one. I'm gonna summarize this one here, how to connect the dots on the website. And Google, I use Google Domains because it's easy for me to do the integration with everything else. And Google Domains, if you go from here, I have a few domains, and what I'm going to do is immediately jump into register a new domain. Okay, actually no, my domains, what happened here? This is being transferred. Okay, what happened? Okay, pending. This is pending. I have one being transferred here. My active domains, and I'll search for brand. Okay, brand, getbrandoverflow.com, brandmentions.com. So this is two things that I registered for sure. So brandmention.ca, it's a Canadian one, so it's easy for me to say brandmention.ca. Okay, if I wanted to build a business around it, I'm just gonna make one simple one called brandmention.ca, which is a simple website. So the first thing I want to do is I want to connect this website to let me actually pause this for a second because I'm not sure if my password will be exposed. Let me go here and let's go. All right, let's go here. So I'm just gonna double check so that I don't expose my passwords here. So I'm logging into Cloudflare, which is, I'm trying to get the free SSL certificate for the domain, and then I'll go from there to get what I need. So yeah, I'm just stopping that. There we go. Alrighty, I'm in a good position, so I can switch again before I go ahead. So let's check it. There we go. Alrighty, so now I'll log into Cloudflare. There's a lot of domains here. So, but the first thing I want to do is to add a new site. Okay, the new site is brandmention.ca. Why am I doing this? A lot of you guys know this already, but I'm doing this so that I can get a free certificate, which means you see that green thing here that says connection is secure, that lock right there in the corner, and HTTPS, I want to get that for free. So I'm adding brand mention, and I will go with the free one, right? And then I will confirm that I want the free one, and I will scan my record. So the first thing I want to do is to go to Google. Yes, that's all they have, right? So this is domains, google.ca. It doesn't matter. I'll just use that, and I'm going to add the domain here. So this is what they'll tell me. Go ahead, do this, CNAME, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter for me. Next, they want me to change the name servers from whatever I have here to this. So this is easy. Just copy the first one, go to Google and look for DNS right there on the site and add custom name servers. I'm gonna add that, easy. And then another one, second, so there's two of them. Come back here, copy the second one. By clicking here, it copies automatically. Then second one, boom. And there we go. So change name servers anyway. So it's saying turn off before changing. That's a good idea. So I need to disable DNS secondary, whatever that is. So the secondary DNS. So once I disable that, then it will be really easy for me to do that. So this need is about a few minutes, but of course we're gonna do this. Once we do this now, all the handling of everything that's here is transferred into Cloudflare. Check name servers. Okay. Then done. And let's check what happens for a few minutes. Of course, look for brand. So it's saying pending name servers. While this is happening, right, I always go into the SSL here, right, and you need to turn off. This is beta version, so I'm not going to do that, but there is a few things here. You will see that there's edge certificates here, client certificates, all that stuff. But this is what I'll show you. I'll go from here, overview, certificate, always turn HTTP on, then automatic rewrite on. These are things that you need to understand, because if you see some of the websites I'm doing here, they'll have like a lot of crazy traffic. So firewall, everything is good. Client certificate origin, I don't care about these other things. But what I want to do is come back to the DNS. But for now, I'm not going to waste my time with this. What I'll do now is to set up the website. So the website will be set up easily it will be set up on, this is brand mention. It will be set up on WordPress. Easy. Why waste so much time, right? So the first thing I want to do is to install the WordPress website. I use GridPane, which is another lifetime deal that I got early on. So what GridPane does for me is I can basically go ahead and put together a few sites. Let's just do this, okay? These are my websites. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new site using one of the servers that I use. So sites. So let's add new site. The new site will be HTTPS brand mention it's as easy as this .ca. I'll use a digital LTD. I have an LTD one. So auto create the new user. Everything is good. Blah, blah, blah. Automatic updates, all that stuff. I don't care. No bundles, nothing. Yeah, this is all cool. And I'm going to run a new site. I'm going to add that and let's see what happens. So brand mention is being done. This is ongoing right now. Oh. So it will take a minute to do that. And this is all like digital thing stuff, like, playing with it. Yeah, so it says it does this. Something I haven't done. Big mistake. I should do. You know what? I'll delete that. I should do DNS integration with Cloudflare. Okay. And so has completed all that stuff. I'll delete it. Don't worry. This is all done, right? Which one is it? This is all done. Brand mention. It's all done, but I'm gonna actually delete it and redo it. Sorry. Why? Because it doesn't make sense to have it this way. And I know I could do it differently, but what I want to do is also do the Cloudflare integration automatically without having to worry. But so site is deleted, it's gone. So brand mention .ta and select the server, and then I'm going to use SSL, auto SSL, Cloudflare, full Cloudflare. Okay, and here the thing is I'm going to use this, but I'll show you what's gonna happen. So I will add here, add certificate. Okay, it will handle all of that. Done. SSL failed. Okay, that happens. Site build success. So brand mention is live. It takes that long to just do it. So let's try if I can do a single site, single sign-on. Nope, it's not gonna happen because it's still the propagation is happening. So I'm gonna actually leave it there for now. Reason why this is not happening is that it takes a while for this to show up active, still pending name server update. So once this is done and it's part of this active sites with the green check, this is gonna be an easy thing for me to handle, right? So there we go, right? So for now it looks like it's gonna take a minute or two. Yeah, it's not gonna be ready. That's why, because the IP address and everything is not making sense. So let's leave it there tonight. We'll come back and continue from there. Okay. Any questions? I will be able to look into them. But the pricing of the product for sure is this: build a website, right? Again, everything I do is running on LTD. GridPane is one of these tools I use for hosting services, right? It was selling for $2,500. I don't know how many of you guys got it, but if you want to use their monthly pricing, actually it's not that expensive. I haven't been checking their pricing lately. What? Okay, so they have, yeah, their price looks okay. So $30 a month, $100, then $1,000 a month. And I got the developer plan, which is here, and it was $2,500 when I got it. I can remember that. It was a little bit expensive, but there is a lot of other competition out there that is that's also doing the same thing, and cost is way less than that, right? But the advantage with this is just the fact that you can set up a website so fast while your servers and backend are connected to Google Cloud or AWS, or things that are not cheap. I mean, that are not easy to navigate on your own unless you're using a tool like this, which connects directly to the backend. So it kind of like acts like the cPanel, but it's actually a good tool. It's a good tool. I like it. So let's go back and check. I hope the voice didn't disappear. Everything's good. Let's see if there's any comments or questions coming up. Can I use 3 keywords? Yes. Can you recap? Make me understand the topic. Okay. Who are those people looking you up? It's more like when they're looking your reputation in terms of school and work. Hey brother, can zoom in a little bit. Sorry. Cool. Okay. Who are those people looking up? More like when they're looking your reputation in terms of school and work. Well, everybody looks up for everybody else online. Yeah. Can you let me turn this around. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to answer the questions, right? Let me see here. You know what? I'm learning to do something here. Let me do this. Wasn't it what they used to do? You put here. How did it work? I kind of forgot. The font is this dark. What is the color? Okay, the color, the background color, is that the holy smokes. How did it even do that? Alrighty, so the colors, light glow. Where is the questions? Why are they in dark? The background. No background. Okay, safe. That's the question, right? So that's how you do the questions on this system. Okay, I got it. It's just scrolling and moving. So saying, can you recap? Make me understand the topic. That looks also fast. Can we make it slower, please? Okay, slow down. Can I use 3 keywords? Yeah, you can for sure. Can we add filter rules? Don't count. Okay, or don't count followers with less than this. And definitely the advanced functionality is coming, but they do take feedback. So please go ahead and make your suggestions to them. There is you can definitely. Do you have geolocation feature? And that's another question. So these are good questions. So if you ask them, they definitely do that. Do they offer I don't even know what that says. Let me check. This is a disaster. Okay. All right, take this out. Take this out. Okay. I can just read the comments myself. It's just confusing me. And do they offer, that's okay, maybe not. I don't even know what the word means. To be honest, I don't know what this means. Do they offer a Boolean search? I don't know what that means, but definitely you can ask, right? And the next one is saying, can we hey bro, geolocation? Yes. The next question is, can we like location where the mention happened? I think you will be able to see the entire mention itself. So pretty much sure you can have an idea of who is doing it and when it's being done and how it's being done. But definitely you should be able to restrict to an area if that's what you want. I think that should be in the that should be in the advanced thing where they are trying now to see even language restriction, location restriction. I'm sure that's in the works, so you can look into it. But definitely the idea is you have a nice website, right? You have the pricing. You go to mention.com and get an idea from there. Then you do the marketing. So I'm definitely going to do this as part of my business. See, when you do something, one thing I realize is you do not want to restrict yourself to one source of income. Have as many websites as possible. Do different things. You never know which one is going to take off. Okay? You never know which one is going to take off. So, and even for something like this, you want to even separate them, because I want to have brandmention.ca right now to focus on all the brand mentions within Canada. So it's a niche of just brand mentioning, and then it's just within a specific country, and then I'm going to go on a specific area. So it will be either politicians or the schools, and not all that. But if I'm doing schools on Monday, that's all I'll do. Search all the schools in Ontario, find them where to find them, get the list, get the emails, and then go ahead, download, pitch the idea and concept to them, and definitely go ahead and sell the services. And of course, follow up with them, send them reports, set up someone, find a VA, virtual assistant, who is in a different country, relatively not as expensive here, and then let them handle all the emailing, all the stuff, all the cold calling. It's cool. And then you pay them salary. You reward them by giving them commission for every sale they bring, but then give them a base salary, and you will thrive and you will make money, right? So that's how things work. You just take a concept, refine it, and make it work. And I can tell you a simple idea can multiply into hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what you want to do is not restrict yourself to one source of income, right? If you're doing education like I do, also I'm doing some digital stuff, right? But I also do other stuff. I do consulting. I run full consulting business. I run an entire complete software that helps so many schools in this province. And I have so many clients who are already doing this. And that's why it's going to be easy for me. Just call my existing clients and say, hey, we're actually offering this as a new service. What do you guys think? Are you interested? I have 50 of them. So 50 schools will say either, 20% of them may say yes. Some will say no. I don't know. I don't care. I'll just pitch the idea and see if that works. Another $99 a month. So if I have 50 schools, each one bringing $100, that's $5,000 more. Not bad. Get someone to do the work and make the extra income on the side. That's better than owning a house in Ontario. You can't make $5,000 here, and the average house price still of $1 million. $1 million investment can't even get you, if you rent it, you can't even rent it for more than $3,000. It's not easy, right? And some areas even rent is as cheap as, but the house prices are like $500,000. Rent is like $800, maybe $1,000 a month. Think of the possibility. I want you to think, because people are programmed by banks and capitalism system invest in a house, invest in an apartment, but the return on investment is just so tiny. Because why? When you pay mortgage, all your money is going into the pocket because you're paying a lot of interest, right? If I have $1 million house, which is, actually, let me Google the house in my city. Let me Google the average house price here, just so you have an idea. An average house price, Toronto. Boom. There we go. Right? If you come to my city, that's what you're looking at, guys. So this is the average house price here, right? $1 million and more. So if you were to even get a mortgage, right, on this, even if it is like 2%, what's 2% of $1 million? That's about $20,000 a year. Yeah, let me just do the math here. Offhand, $20,000. Yes. Now, if you divide that by 12 months, right, that's about $1,700 a month. Now, if you were to rent this house for, let's say, $3,000, after you pay, again, by the way, you have to pay 20% down payment to actually, which is a lot of money. You're putting a lot of money right there. The average rent is, average house rent, now I'll replace this, house rent Toronto, right? Let me see here, about it's actually about $2,500 to $3,000. I know this, right? I can't see immediately, but like I could see that. So think about it. People are investing $1 million in a business, in a house, to rent it, only to get $1,500 in returns, right? Even if they pay, of course, the mortgage too. You have to pay the mortgage, right? You pay the interest rate. So you're not gonna make money back. Absolutely. You pay the mortgage and you pay the rent. I mean the interest rate, including the mortgage, of course. This is gonna cost you $3,000. Your rent, $3,000. You're not gonna make money. You just pay your mortgage. And if the prices go down, you're in deep mess. So doing something like this, not worth it. Just do simple stuff like this. Make it work. 1%, again, 1%. I'm actually believing in this concept. Nothing comes easy anyways. 1% they say, inspiration, it's the idea. 99% perspiration. You have to work hard. You gotta grind it. Make sure you call, you get rejected. It doesn't work, you keep going back and forth. Yeah, let's see the questions. Oh yeah, Toronto is really expensive. It's getting crazy expensive. It used to be actually not that bad 5 years ago. Maybe it was decent, The last 5 years, since 2015, things have been going very fast, right? Exactly. So I have a feeling that if somebody puts some work in whatever they're doing, it takes time to build things. It takes time to make it work. But then something happens and then it just picks up so fast. But you don't have to stop it. You have to. The service of brand mentioning is not, it's a necessity, to be honest, for a lot of businesses. They want to know who's talking about them, what's going on, right? And especially education centers, politicians, they really want to know what's going on with their life, right? So I'm using another tool right now. I'll just quickly show you this. Is I talked about this before. If you look at this company called Brand Mentions, I have their lifetime deal, right? It's Brand Mentions, not Brand Mention. I have their lifetime deal, and I monitor the activities of some politicians here, like what's going on, who's talking about them, all that stuff. You can see what's going on with their life. So I have a member of parliament here, I have another one here, and all I do is look at what's going on and who's talking about them. So if I look at their report, right, like this is my area MP, I can show him exactly the report, who is talking about him. Like his name is Ivan Baker, And you know what, just before we go ahead, why don't you look at the dashboard before we go to anything else, just the dashboard. So Evan Baker, last 3 months, I just want to see last week what was said about him. Reset filters. And yes, these are all the mentions. So there's 2.2k mentions just last week about this guy, right? There was 43.8k interactions, right? The reach was about 7 million people, and then 40 shares and 3.5k likes. So I want to see what's going on. So people are saying anything, right? This is the interaction. Anything about this? Evan Baker, awful tragedy. We must. So that's him actually. So that's his own social media. I think no, somebody else. Exactly, that's somebody else. So someone is talking to them. So he can go ahead and respond to them, but he doesn't know now someone is mentioning him here, right? If you look at this person, whatever they're saying, they're tagging all the members of parliament, including Van Baker here. So definitely. So if you look here, they're getting tagged, right? Van Baker is getting tagged here. If you look here, yes, this is, yeah, the chair, and then they're getting tagged. So people are talking about all these mentions about the member of parliament. He's a good friend of mine. So any mention of him and his name, it's coming here. Now, I want to look at something else. My mentions, right? So these are all the mentions. The order in which these people are performing, like if it's many, like they have this, then I can look at the reports if I wanted to. But let me look at something else. I wanted to look at just the dashboard one more time to see what's going on here. Yeah, reset filters last week, and I wanted to see something else. So the top websites talking about him, these are the websites. The sentiment analysis, this is where I was coming for. Anything negative is negative, anything positive is positive. So if you look here, they're neutral, then the red ones here are negative. There is actually 7 negative stuff. So performance, then the country of mention, I'm pretty sure this is where Websignals will also shine. And these are the pictures of the places where they were mentioned, right? The member of parliament, I mean, that's definitely him, I think. That's him. That looks like him, I think. Or that's Trudeau. I don't know which one is which. Because he looks like Trudeau. And yeah, these are all the places where they are mentioned, all the news. This is important for him. And that's him, actually. I just saw his picture scrolling through it. Yep. No, I can't see him here. Yeah, that's him. There we go. So they're talking about him in many places, right? And so he would know now, if I give him access to this software in the backend, he will definitely know all this information. And this is very, very, very important. This is exactly the two where Websignals is headed, and actually it's going to be a lot better than brand mentions, because they can't do the differentiation of the different. They actually putting everything together. You can see there's Twitter, there's Facebook here, but it's not separated. So somebody can go ahead and look at all of this, right? So this is very straightforward. Now at the end, what I want to do is to be able to give them a report. So definitely give them the report, send it to them. It's a white label report. I put my company name here, my logo, and send this to them. History, how many mentions, 20 mentions, right? The mention list, so in the order of likes and all that stuff, people laughing, crying, whatever. And then every single date, who mentioned what they said, and then they can see the top mentions here and the top domains. Like Twitter had 195 mentions, Facebook had 18 mentions, New Pathway had 2 mentions, LinkedIn had 2 mentions, and they have this separated. And then there's the sentiment analysis, right? So he definitely needs to go ahead and find out all the negative stuff, and then they can look at the languages used and the top authors, right? How many influence they have, like how many followers they have, right? Those people, this guy has 2,500. You want to go ahead and reach out to them if there's anything negative that they're saying, because you don't want your brand to be affected by these different things, right? So very, very important. And you could actually score a lot of clients also if you were to run the same thing. For example, if you are like now we're talking about politician, but if those are school, people are like, what do you guys think of this school? You can go there and reach out to them, respond quickly, and you know, private message them, you know, call them, all that stuff. There was 23 negative, anything negative, you want to attend to it quickly and make sure that, you know, you respond before it goes viral. This is exactly what these tools do. And for sure, if you don't see the value of what this does, then I don't think you will ever understand what it means to run a business, right? In some cases. There we go. Okay, can you do, and who's mentioning her? Somebody saying, can you do Ilhan Omar and find out who's mentioning her? Okay, Ilhan Omar is a politician, and let's see. Okay, you can do that. That's not a problem. Why don't I do with Websignals? It's easy. You know what? Let's just do it. Somebody said that. Let's try that. I have politicians here. So project settings. Okay, I want to add a new. Okay, delete project. Okay, no, let's go here. I'm gonna create a new project and see if that's the one. My mentions dashboard. Okay, right there. New project. Okay, let's look for Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar. We found her right there. And that's the keyword. I don't know what her Facebook is. I'm pretty sure it's one of those ones, but I don't care. It will find itself. Again, I can do more settings and all that stuff, but not a problem. And I can restrict this to a country. So let's say the US or worldwide, it doesn't matter, right? I can restrict to a language, which is really cool. And I'll start this project. So if you give it a minute, it will start fetching the data. Why don't I also do the same with Websignals so we have a good comparison of what this tool does as well, right? Let's log in, dashboard, add a new project. Add a project. And this will be Ilhan Omar. The project name is Ilhan Omar. That's the keyword. And I'm gonna save this. This is really cool idea. So if I save that, this is gonna go into work. Both softwares start fetching and crawling the internet while that's happening. Oh, there we go. Brand mention through 331 mentions, 917 mentions, and there is there's a lot of negative and positive stuff together. It's coming up, and let's see who's saying what. Yeah, we can definitely. By the way, if anybody knows how, reach out to her, let her know that I can offer her this service. This is really going to be a lead for me. You can see that there's 734 mentions. The servers are cracking it up. There we go. On here we have 931, 1,526 new mentions, and it's automatically refreshing itself. People are talking about Trump remarks about Ilhan Omar 6 hours ago. Joe Biden has a full Kotuku, whatever this is. So this is the different ones. There is Twitter. Yep. So Twitter is here 4 hours ago. Somebody says. So somebody says, yeah, Ilhan Omar falsely claims Supreme Court has one of the lowest approval ratings. And if you go check there, it's November 1, 2020. This guy is talking about her. So if she wants to respond, she definitely wants to go ahead and reach out to them. The Daily Wire. I don't know which website this is. So this guy is actually putting Daily Wire here. Simply sickening. Trump's racist riff. Ilhan Omar. She wants to tell us. Okay. Yeah. So you can see all the stuff immediately being thrown up there. And if you look at here, the keywords are being, clearly shown. There we go. So the keywords are highlighted wherever they talk about this. And then the other side, I'm using brand mentions. It has 1,453 mentions, 241 are the web, 1,252 are social. Again, if you click on this, you can see who's talking about Ilhan Omar immediately, right? If you look at that, who's talking about her, we can see that. But again, the number of mentions here, is growing like crazy. You can see that there's 6,727 mentions, right? Whereas with this brand mention tool, it's only 1,627 mentions. So definitely Websignals has a lot more to show. I'm just gonna close this window because it's just the wrong one. Yeah, so it's going 6,000 mentions, and I can look at the radio actually. Why don't I look at radio if there's any radio? There we go. Look at that. So, oh no, take out this. You know what? People are mentioning her in FM. Ilhan Omar trading court, and then KK whatever TNFM. So all radio mentions. This is very, very important, guys. Anytime somebody's talking about, you know, Ilhan Omar on a radio show, right here. I don't know how these guys are doing it, but they are able to pull even radio shows, all that stuff, right? If there's any podcasters, they are able to show that. Let me see here if I'm doing this, and it's refreshing. It's 10,000. Look here, this radio show is talking about Ilhan Omar right here, and it's probably in a different.
Well, given the unyielding assault in Israel from the Biden, Sanders, Ilhan Omar, and AOC camps, and all those that hide under the mantle of progressivism, it behooves proponents of Israel to continue to tell the truth. The truth is, if you support Israel, that you must support President Trump. Alternative options are not available. And if you love America, there is only Trump. That too is the hard truth.
There we go. This is really cool. Whoever gave me that idea is a good idea, man. Like, we can go ahead and listen to the radio ranting, and within the words here, we can find that they actually use the words Ilhan Omar here. This is cool. This is cool. What about TV? Let's try that. Oh my God, that's crazy. Whoa, Fox News, America, huh? And the President of the United States.
Omar, a couple of other things, but I think what happened is they made this into a memoir. Ilhan Omar, who was, comes from Minnesota. I think Omar, a couple of other things, the riots. But I think what happened is they made this.
So all the TV station is talking about Ilhan are actually here, and they're actually using, of course.
I'm going to talk to one Republican official who's now backing Biden and find out what's happening there. Does he think Biden can actually win his state?
There we go. You can see, guys, that also TV, MSNBC, everything. So this is really, really good, especially for somebody who's a politician, who's a celebrity. People know about them. This is exactly how you handle things. What about podcasts? Let's go for podcasts. This is crazy. And let's see. Look at that. So people are talking about her again in all podcasts. She has 11,000 mentions. Now, brand mention has pulled only 3,000 mentions so far, right? No separation between the different mentions into Twitter, Facebook, anything. No TV, no radio, no podcast. So these are missing from this software. Whereas with Websignals, you get all this information, right? And this is the power of the tool. Any questions? I'm getting a lot of questions, I think. Let me see that. Let's go here. Alrighty. Let me answer the questions, guys. Oh, sorry guys, my screen was that. Okay, alrighty. I'm going to fix that, man. Now. How about that? 100%. Sorry. And go ahead. Okay, she's hot topic. Of course, yes. Yes, she's a hot topic. Hopefully you can understand. So I was trying to differentiate the difference. This tool here is picking up anything to do with like radio mentions. All these are her radio mentions, right? And we actually went ahead and pulled the different radios that are talking about her. And
given the unyielding assault in Israel,
right,
from the Biden, Sanders, Ilhan Omar, and AOC camps, and all those that...
Yeah, these are the radios that are talking about her. So actually it pulls the audio inside automatically. See? This is 51 minutes. Let me check here. Or you can actually go to the link itself, but that's basically it's what's doing is bringing in all the radios that talk about Ilhan Omar. Yeah.
Michael, sorry, it is not constitutional. An unconstitutional thing. Stop. It is a statute that would have to be adopted. It is not part of the Constitution. So it's a statute, and the Democrats could.
Right? So if you go here, I can't play that, but
as though it was real. They are just amazing.
We've seen this play out before.
That's what.
That first hit of cool, crisp refreshment on your tongue, followed by that familiar chorus we all know by heart.
So basically what's happening is when I click on this one here, it will automatically go to the section in which Ilhan Omar was mentioned. So let's go there.
Calls for a probe into liberal lawmaker Ilhan Omar and her alleged role in a ballot scheme. In response to reports, Omar supporters have harvested ballots. The president said, quote, "This is totally illegal." He went on to say he hopes the U.S. attorney in Minnesota has this.
Right? So any mention of any of her name, like anywhere they mention her, and the system will automatically actually take you to that part of the radio show. See, that's where her name is mentioned right there. Right? No, I don't know if I did it right. But again, you can also go ahead and play with the voice, with the radio, right? With the sound. Yeah. And it takes a minute to download from what I can see that. But again, yeah, it takes a minute to download. It was downloading. So if I go to TV only, all TV mentions of her, like 2 days ago, it was on Fox News, right? Of course, we saw that the president's here. CNN was talking about it. And it actually goes to, where Ilhan Omar is mentioned. It goes to the company, whatever, right here. I'm pretty sure that's where they mentioned. See?
That it's going to be okay. Everybody's in on this, except they think the American people. It is it's a huge fraud, and it's not what they're going to get when the election happens.
Tammy, I'll close it like this. It's bait and switch by any other name. Tammy Bruce, thanks for joining us. Great stuff on a Friday.
Bravo.
We'll see you again soon. Thank you. All right. Let's talk MGM, the casino people. They just reported, I see the stock's down 5%, Susan.
Well, they lost about $500 million. Casino closures, limited.
So they're talking, hold on.
God is behind them. Ilhan Omar
Yeah.
dismissed concerns about what Joe Biden would do, that it's going to be okay. Everybody's in on it.
So Fox News is talking about her. MSNBC, right?
I'm good. We've spoken before, and you focus a lot on substance and policy. You've been on the other end of the president's approach. But voters also understand rhetoric and emotion, and I'm curious what more.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that any mention that's happening, if there's any forums, so I'm pretty sure in the forums let's take the TV out, go for just forum right there. So whatever forum that's out there, there's, they're talking about her. Wherever they're talking, right? And this is important. Free public, somebody's saying. There we go. And they're, we don't know who's talking. Yeah, see here? They're definitely saying the name, Ilhan Omar, right? And so if I go check it out, I should be able to find that. And what they're saying here. Excellent. These are forums. If we go from forums, we have Reddit. Go to Reddit. I'm gonna take this forum and think, but Reddit, for Reddit, they have also somebody talking about this 6 hours ago, right? There we go. Here, the Hill. President rips Ilhan Omar at the Iowa rally. He's still going after her. So yep, this is what does. But so Brand Mention has about 3,000 mentions so far. Websignal has about 11,000 mentions on his top there. and it classifies this into Twitter, into Facebook, into web, into videos, right? Any video that's out there is here. So any video talking about this. So the Young Turks are talking about her 6 hours ago. So if you look at this, this is what I see 6 hours ago. It's not worked. Watch the entire video at YouTube, or they don't allow somebody to do it here, so you have to go to YouTube. If somebody has this one here, yeah, you can do that. 7 hours ago. So these are videos as well. If I want to see the whole thing, all the 11,000 will line up here. Of course, the number one thing will be Twitter. There's a lot of it, but you can also expand all the different posts, right? By time, by days, by all that stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is cool. Everybody can agree with me that. Okay, any questions? Was I sharing the screen? No, not really. Okay, sorry, man. I will put social media mentions. Yes, of course. That's what it's doing. It will mention, it will pull all social media mentions. So let me share the screen. I don't know why I did that. Yes, this is what I see. If you don't see my screen, now you will see it, right? All the mentions of the word and the phrase or the name Ilhan Omar shows up on Twitter. All her mentions are here, right? On the web, all those mentions are here. On Facebook, all the mentions are here. And there's a lot. Of course, there's a lot. I'm just selecting the last few days. If I go all time, it's going to go crazy. There's a lot of data here. And if I want to see only on video what was said about her, right here. Right? And what about quarter? Anything on quarter? Right there. So exactly. And if you go to Reddit, all there. If you go to any forums, all there. If you want to show only Instagram, yeah, there's a lot of mentions on Instagram as well. And it's refreshing, by the way. Every few minutes, 83 new mentions are being added. And if I go onto the news, there is a lot of mentions, right? On the news, the Washington Post, News Yahoo, Jerusalem Post, is that J Post? Israel, right? Okay, we understand that. Press TV, Ilhan Omar right there, NBC News, all these organizations are talking about this. And this is only only today. I'm selecting only today. Now, if I go to podcast, it's all the podcasts talking about her. And now, something that no one else has is ability to see who's talking about her on TV as well. So today, everything on TV is here. We saw that Fox News is here, right? We talk about CNN talking about her right there. We talk about FBC. I don't know what the heck that is. And there's a lot of Fox News, MSNBC, right? And when I click on MSNBC, is actually her who's here being interviewed.
As his collaboration is with Congress, and we will have
right. And if you go, there's a lot of Fox News. They love her, man. They keep talking about her all the time. There is Link TV. Link TV is of course.
Omar is the first Somali American elected to Congress, along with Rashida Tlaib, Palestinian American congressman.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff happening here. So all the TV mentions, guys, any TV, it also brings the video that's talking about you. So if I actually do any of the politicians, put them in here, definitely this is very powerful, very, very powerful. No tool out there does this that I know of that can show you what TV mentions are, what radio mentions are. So, and of course I showed the radio mentions as well. So anything about the radio, the FM, all these FM tools, I don't even know how they're doing it, are talking about Ilhan right now. So if you look here, the way it does is it actually also takes you to the section of the audio that's talking about her. I don't know how they're pulling this information. So Like they go to the specific area within the audio. Look, it even moves all the way to here to go to the word, to the phrase or to the name right there, right? So when you play...
Well, given the unyielding assault in Israel from the Biden, Sanders, Ilhan Omar, and AOC camps, and all those that hide under the mantle of progressivism, it behooves proponents of Israel to continue to tell the...
Exactly. So it goes to every single radio station. And you can keep scrolling, guys. Whatever was said about how on any radio station, anyone doing a research on this subject will be able to find all that information since the beginning. And we have 12,628 mentions. Brand mention only produced about 3,126 mentions without separating the other, right? So I see the value this tool is going to bring to everybody out there. Low quality posts are things that are not that big deal. Some people wrote it and they're not cool. So yeah, they're out there. I don't know what criteria they use, but these are some low quality posts, what they saying. And so they're not that, yeah, it looks like, it's some, that's her name. It's being mentioned here, but where they're doing it, the website may not be, Politics Zoom may be a low quality website, right? This is cool. But when it comes to TV and radio, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you can get this kind of cool data out there, right? So any questions? I'm gonna respond again. I'll be missing some things here. Okay, is this new limit on deal page or per keyword also like? Okay, we'll pull social media. Yeah, we did that. Can't see the screen. I shared again. I shared the screen. Is new mentions limit on deal page per keyword also like stored mention or just in general? This is somewhat similar to Google Alert, the filter. Oh yeah, it's similar, but it's never the same. Okay, Abdurrahman, it's never the same. This is not the same. This is much more in depth. Alert is just you get an email when there's a mention right there, but this is separation of everything, and it will involve reporting and getting a report and going after that and responding to everything from within the tool. That's the plan. Without leaving the software. So the pricing is actually websignals.com/digital think. So the question was, what's the pricing? I was comparing to the tool here, mention.com, which is actually a well-established company, and what they charge is per keyword alert. For every alert you get this every month. If you're paying monthly, this is the monthly pricing. For $29, you only get 2 alerts. You just put 2 keywords and they make 5,000 mentions, nothing more than that. But if you're using their $99, you only get 5 alerts, right? And if you get the 10 alerts, it's $450 a month. With the deal that we have here, it's only $59 for personal use, 30 keywords. Okay, the 120,000 new mentions are the mentions like this one that I'm doing right now. I just used 12,000 mentions on Ilhan Omar right now to find out who's talking about her. But there will be a storage. Okay, the storage is for every keyword. They will store up to 15,000 mentions. Okay, after that you can delete and replace it. You don't need more than that, right? So 30 keywords, each keyword gets 15,000 mentions storage, but 120,000 new mentions every single month. So whatever you use this month, you get again new mentions for next month. So let's check here. So I've used now 12,000 mentions. How much of that am I gonna store? How much do I need to delete? If I want to delete, I can get rid of it all and just remove them. I don't need them. But once you're done with all of them, it goes to an inbox. Like right now, I haven't read 770 of them. So I have to go read all of them and then go back and clean up all the stuff. But definitely the pricing is good. If you get the agent's license, which gives you your own custom domain basically, it's going to give you your own business based on Websignals, which is amazing, because you can go ahead and now build an entire business around this. You go and monitor the brand of other people. You do this for them, right? that's what this is all about. Okay, any questions? Any other questions? I'm gonna get rid of that and come back here. No more questions, right? Yeah. Yes, you're right. So 120 is across all the keywords, right? Per month. But every month you get 120,000 new mentions also. To be honest, that's a lot for like the $59 plan. But if you go to the agency plan, it's 1.5 million across 400 keywords. Right. Any other questions? Yeah, it's been a while, man. Been talking for some time. Tired right now. It's time to go home. Okay, guys. I hope we will continue. So right now my DNS is doing propagation. I'm gonna give it a minute or two. I mean, a day or two for it to do that. Yeah, let me see if that refreshed. And there we go. It's active right now. You know what? I'll just install my website and see if that goes well. I hope it does. Oh, there we go. So let me quickly show you guys how this is gonna work. Quickly. So you can see from here, my website brandmention.ca is live, right? So if I go to grid pane one more time and go to brandmention.ca, single sign-on, there we go. Look at that. So it says not secure. That's because I haven't turned. So let's actually go do this. Brand mention. Turn on single sign-on, auto SSL. I'll do this on, and automatically it will go into Cloudflare, and it will create the certificate in the background. Right? This is what this does, and this is gonna take a few minutes. And as you can see right now, I don't have brand mention. Doesn't have no. It says not secure. But it will, in a minute, it will give me a signal saying SSL notice happened, this is happening, that's happening, failed, why? Okay, one more time. Probably need this some drying run again. It takes a minute to do that, right? Sometimes that's what happens. So if I was doing any domain, any multi-site setting, any beta testing, anything, yeah, you do all of your stuff here. It's not bad. So let's see. Says this can take up to 5 minutes. That failed before. Well, let's try. Yeah. And now I can start playing with my WordPress in the background. So I'm not going to do anything now. I just wanted to show you that I was able to install a fresh WordPress installation using the background, using grid pane and using see here, yes, SSL complete, right? So now look at that. So if I go back and refresh this one, guess what's gonna happen? Boom. See, I got kicked out. So I have to go back and then do a single sign-on for my brand mention one more time. And that's the advantage. It lets you see now with the lock right there, the green connection just came in. This is now secure with Cloudflare. And so setting up SSL is as easy as that. The next step, which you guys can do this as your homework, is once you do this, I use Inventor Elements, right? Which is Inventor Elements, which is, I pay yearly for this one. It's not that expensive. I'll talk about this. But if you look here, I have nice, beautiful WordPress designs. So I'm going to just use one of those templates. I don't want to build anything from scratch, as it's going to take me a long time. So what I'm going to do is just use anything consulting. Actually, why don't I just put social media? Just put something like that. Social media. No, I'm going to use Template Kit. Template Kit is different businesses here. So I have digital. all these are the different ones. I'll just check which one looks good and go with it. Nothing big deal here. This is not bad. Let's try this one. This looks cool, right? SEO and digital marketing agency. So you could actually use the same templates as these guys, only that you have to change everything to there we go. That looks like a nice website. All right, I'll just take this as the template as it is and put my business here and talk about brand mentions here, right? Rather than SEO and digital agency, and have high quality services, creativity, project on time, blah blah, about us, our services. So rather than talk about, you know, SEO or UI UX, put the brand mention stuff, right? What clients say about us, put some testimonials of some real big pictures there, and put your blog here, and generally you will have a nice looking website. And that's what I'll do. So I'm not going to waste my time building this in front of you guys, because I need to set up Elementor Pro, I guess, and that's going to require me to log into my Elementor, connect to my website, pull this in, which I can do next time. It's not a problem, but I don't want to be able to log in right now and do all of that. This is going to take 5 minutes again, but I'll do this in the next session. I'll leave this for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's all about connecting the dots. Once you know how to do that, and it will be straightforward, easy, right? Again, I'm going to show you how I'm going to research what to replace this information using another software that a lot of you guys may have or may not have, and that's going to produce some good ideas. But by the way, I need to go and download this for now. So I'm going to download it and put it here with the digital thing. Now I'm going to create a new project called brand mention and give it a license, right? And download it. Yep, and now it's downloaded, so I know next time I don't have to worry about going after anything else. Just one landing page, clean cut, all is good. It has all the information I need. The services are here. Yeah, it's only one home page, right? It's only one home page. You're gonna have home page 1 and home page 2. Look at that, cool, right? The pricing is there, not bad. But home page 1 looks cool also. So the choosing services, the clients, and you know what? Yeah, we can talk about pricing, but for now, we'll go from there. Let's see any questions that came in the last minute. I don't think there's not. So we'll end it there tonight. Long lecture. I'm gonna cut this into many pieces and post it again. Any questions? So you got the idea. You got the software in your own domain with your own white label. You build your own website, right? You give access to the client to do the monitoring of their own thing. And then from within Websignals, the idea is that they should be able to respond to Twitter, to Instagram, to any posting that's made about them. If they see themselves on TV, something saying negative, go back and, you know, collect. You see, information is power. The more information you collect, the more you can use it for good or for bad, for whatever you want. So collect all that information about one person, about one brand, one business, and put it to use. So for me, if I am trying to go after my competition, this is the tool I need. I need to know who are they talking to, who's talking about them, what are they doing, what are they being mentioned for, all that stuff. And if somebody's promoting them, I want to go out and they promote me too. I'm like, hey, they only pay 5% commission. Or how about you take 25% and promote our products, right? I've been doing that lately. Trust me, it's working. It's working. And that's the idea. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that, you know, I added some value to this. But you'll see the website coming up in our next session. And I'm going to set up just, you know, Elementor Pro, straightforward. And it will require me to put my username and password. Definitely I have to do that ahead of time. But to pull the template, I can do that in front of you guys. It's not a big deal. And then change the content. I need to find nice content. So I'll use the word brand mention and put that together and then write, you know, some cool, nice content to do the presentations for. And I put the full PowerPoint presentation, then create a video actually of me explaining all that information, then let the VA take over, and they do the sending and the follow-up and the emails and the cold calling, and yeah, and that's it. No more questions, right? Let's end it there, guys. We'll talk next time. Thank you.